Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, thank you. I wore my green just for that.
Yeah, I made sure he didn't get in trouble. Bringing him his second cup of coffee.
Oh, here's the best.
I got the kitty food ready to go out the door. The sun's out more now. It started out totally cloudy. We've got rain coming in this afternoon, but I'd like some sun for our walk.
Yeah, well, we're going to do that.
And there's a neighbor over in that direction. Looks like there's a landscaping crew based on the truck and the trailer at the street. Mowing grass this morning. We hear the sound of lawnmowers. It's not too loud, but if he were closer it would be. All the kitties are here. Stripes at my feet. He was already in the house and had him a little bit. So, right? You were already inside and had you some this morning? Spoiled baby. He's been coming in every night for 2 or 3 hours, sleeping on the couch and getting basically kicked out when I go to bed. Because he wants to be one of those kitties that only goes to the bathroom outside. And on a day off, I sure didn't want to be woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning with him asking to go be let out, which he would have done. He has a really loud, hoarse meow. You can't miss it. It's the least mellow of all the kitties. Hi, Tux. Yeah, I'll give you some love and come sit with you when you're done eating. That camellia over there has got several red flowers on it. They're rosy looking flowers, but they don't have a fragrance. But I'm still very happy to see it blooming. I see the Carolina Allspice is that clump of not much right in front of me. I see the little dark red flowers coming out on it. It keeps on dying back, moving, regrowing. It must not love that spot. They have some at the J.C. Ralston Arboretum in Raleigh that are big. I certainly don't want to lose it over there, and haven't, and get to enjoy the blooms every year, so I guess that's the most important part. You can hear it's a little windy up here. It's in the 50s. It is nicer today, warmer by a little bit. No covering of plants, not at least tonight. I was down the stairs with water for this big maple tree over here. It requires a good bit of water during the growing season. But everything's looking good. Panther's a happy boy. He's eating on his chicken. How you doing this morning? Hi. There you go. Oh, such a good girl. Such a good girl. Living the life.
Go around.
Dawn's reading me stuff. We're discussing things in the newspaper, but I thought you guys would like to see that Morris is actually playing with Marty's toy out there. I call it Marty's toy because certainly no one besides Marty has ever played with it before. How fun that Morris has decided he likes it too. I had cleaned it up the other day so that the ball freely rolls and put it where they could get to it and stuff, and wow, Morris is really having a good time with it. That's awesome. I should put treats in the top sometimes. Pieces of some sort of jerky or kibble or something that they would be motivated to put their little paws on the inside. Aww. I am making deviled eggs. I'm hard boiling the eggs. I still am using this a couple times a week and absolutely love it. The eggs pretty much every time peel easily, and so I am totally sold. Don's gonna break his fast. He must be up at like 60 hours something now, and he'd really love deviled eggs to break his fast too. I'm still waiting on the dark green parts. Not that I couldn't work on the roof or do other stuff, but I am still waiting on that one pack of parts to come. Probably today. I'm going to do one of these. They're close to the same amount of pieces despite the box size difference. Since this is a 3-in-1, there's 3 different instructions in there.
Oh, wow.
Usually that's 3 different books. So that probably is why the box is a little bigger, because it really is 232 versus 258 parts. But before I do that, I really need to put these up. You know, it's fine that it's today. Like I said, they're not super Christmassy looking, but they do have snow on them. There's the new one I bought yesterday that's going to stay. But all of the Victorian winter ones, I just love them so much, it's hard for me to put them up. But I'm ready now. I'm ready. And I have my helper in here. Midnight. He sleeps in here all the time. He's a good boy. He really likes this cat head. So even at times when, like, I'll have my Easter village, I will still leave it there for him because, you know, hey, he's important and that's his spot every day. He's in my savior for peeling the eggs.
Yeah, I had to resort to the mason jar.
Really?
Water,
Yeah, I guess they were too new. So I spoke up. I still say 9 times out of 10 or 9.5 times out of 10 we don't have any trouble peeling them.
Yeah.
Today was not one of those days.
Yeah.
I told Don I didn't have the patience for it. He had already offered to come peel them, and I said no, and I changed my mind. Got the village pieces put away, and I got the boxes with the Easter village brought out. But if we don't walk now, it's going to rain, and we're going to either be walking in the rain or not walking. So I'm stopping, and we're going to walk, and I'll put the village out when I come home. Hi, Midnight. You're green.
That's right. Got it green. I got my green watch.
It matches the watch perfectly. Yeah, he said I hadn't worn it and I better wear it because in another couple weeks I won't be wearing short sleeves and I won't have worn it again. Yeah. I have on my Lucky Charm shirt, but it's all hid right now between the weight vest and the jacket Don insisted I needed. I'm sure he was right because it's a short sleeve shirt.
And it's windy today.
Yeah, it spit a little bit on the way over here, but currently there's no precipitation, so keep your fingers crossed for us. We get our walk in.
Oh, we're going to get our walk in. What is it? 5 laps? 4 laps?
8.
Oh.
Maybe 9. We'll see how far my watch says we've gone. Depends if we walk extra around buildings over to the basketball court. I'm not fussy about 8 exact laps. I'm more fussy about 2.5 miles. Poor Don. Next lap he says he's got to go get that piece out there. There's stuff caught in the fence from all the wind, and plus we haven't been here in 3 or 4 days. For Friday, we're not sure where all the cars come from today. The worker cars for the church are back there on the line, but
yeah.
So what'd you find?
3-ounce bag of cashews.
Should be an okay food.
Yeah, well, not the worst in the world.
Not the worst.
The whole package has 490 calories.
How many ounces?
3 ounces.
1 serving?
Well, no, it's okay. So if you want per serving, it's 1 ounce, and that's 160 calories. But nobody, the person who was eating this bag,
right?
The person ate the entire bag. So
okay, how many carbs? That's all I really care about.
All the carbs is in the entire bag is 26.
Well, that's still too many.
That's still too. Well, they say that
they're not the best nut for low carb.
Yeah, they're not actually low carb approved. And there's 16 grams of protein in the entire bag.
How many grams of fat? Not that I care.
Well, you'll like that, baby. Yeah, 39 grams of fat.
Woo! Yeah, pine nuts and pecans are a better choice for low carb if you're going to eat nuts.
We can tell we haven't been by in a few days. We picked up 10, 15 pieces of paper. Each.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already got my squats done for the day.
So Don said cashew, salt, and peanut oil
was all within ingredients.
Yeah, well, this is why we buy our pecans from Mr. Ball, where we get our eggs, and soak them in salt water so they're plenty salty, and then dehydrate them in the Instant Pot. It's worth having the Instant Pot just to dehydrate the nuts for us. We eat enough nuts. We try not to eat them, but in lieu of other things, we do eat them. Every time we eat too many of them, we gain weight, but we love them.
Yeah, well, I'm a nut-holic.
Yeah.
All my life.
Well, I can't eat pretzels anymore, so, you know, at least pecans are a healthier alternative in our opinion.
Yeah, I got all that from my mom.
Yeah.
Love nuts, peanuts, mixed nuts. Oh.
Well, peanuts aren't nuts, I keep telling Don. And he actually knows the truth, but he just...
We call them nuts.
Yeah, well, everybody does. They're legumes. They're come from the ground, not off a tree. Don was down there in that ravine between the parking lot and the basketball court last summer.
Yeah.
And really cleaned everything out down there. And it's not as bad as it was, but there's a lot of stuff down there again. Some of it is because it gets left at the basketball court and it just blows. He'll have to come back another day when he has on the right clothes and we've got more bags. Don's along the wood line over there. I'm over here. It's no sense us walking side by side. You can see the storm clouds over to the west, but I think we're going to get in our hour of walking, no problem. So Don's taking me up to Harris Teeter so I can buy some more steaks.
My girl, she likes her meat.
Well, you like your meat too.
I love it. I love my steak.
You're lucky your girl likes it as much as you like it, though. That might be the good part. Yeah, I don't go too many days without having a steak. Fixed up the house on the end there. I'm guessing it's a rental, but
and there's our pedestrian crossing.
But that was traffic aware cruise control and not autopilot.
Right, traffic aware cruise.
But it did stop for the person, so that was good.
This guy's poking and the other guy's probably zooming. Got caught there before.
One's got up to 69. So how many of you have bought a new tube of super glue,
Yeah.
glued one or two things with it, set it in the drawer to come back and use another time, and when you came back to use it, it was hard as a rock and you had to throw out the whole $3 or $4 thing of super glue and go get another one?
That's right. All the time.
well-
Happened to me all my life.
Yeah, well, Don has found a solution. Tell them about it.
Yeah, so they sell on Amazon packs of like 10 or 5 or 10 of these 0.5 gram super glue. And they give you a little self-piercing top. So it's single use.
Right.
So you just use this
Here,
and you throw it away.
Hold it still and let me come in close.
So I highly recommend this.
I have something small. And this way, whenever I want Don to use it on something, he doesn't have to make me like cue stuff up or wait or be frustrated that we glued something and it cost 10 times more than it needed to glue it or any of that. It's just really convenient.
Well, it's 50 cents and to do whatever you glue is going to cost you 50 cents or less. Whereas if you buy the $4 or $5 bottle and you glue 5 things, it's like, oh, well, it's $2.50, but I spent $4 or $5 for the bottle, and it's worthless.
Yeah.
So this, plus it's fresh every time. So
Fresh every time. Yeah, he's fixing. I had bought this at Guardian Angel, and when I bought it, I knew that the little holdover of the birdhouse,
Yeah.
the little bird cage goes on the corner. It's upside down. And anyway, Don's going to glue that on for me. I knew it was broke when I bought it. It was a good price, and I also knew Don could fix it.
Right.
It goes here.
Yep.
It's cooked chicken time for the kitties. And it's deviled egg time for Donnie.
68 hours.
9 minutes and 48 seconds.
That's right.
You enjoy those deviled eggs, you? Ooh, it's Christmassy and all lit up. The 5 in the back don't have C7s down here on the hearth, which I probably will fix here over the Christmas holiday this year, next couple weeks. We've ordered some more C7 LEDs, so guess the 2 on top. There you go. There's also 5 up here, and I've got all of the Easter Village out now. We learned they're $1 at Christmas time on Amazon for 24, 25 of them, and they're 50 cents in March. So if you want to switch to C7 LEDs, which I think are safer because they don't get hot,
Right.
should be cheaper. You can put them in your village while they're on. You won't mess the filament up jiggling them around while they're on and hot. If you want to do that, now's the time to buy them. I'll try to remember to put the link to the ones Dawn ordered in the video description.
I just reordered the same ones we had used before.
Yeah, well, we've only had one that wasn't right. And when they're 50 cents, you don't have to cry over them. So. Yeah, the only real C7 bulb we still have in the house is a salt lamp because it technically needs heat. And maybe JB's lamp over here, the one with the fancy swirly glass, because I need JB to get into it to swap it and clean it. So the next time you visit, JB. Taking Johnny up to Taekwondo and Ruby. It's 5:20 p.m. and we still haven't had anything more than a sprinkle. So I don't know. I guess I should look at the radar and see if it looks like we still might get something or not. Doesn't really matter. Probably sending Dawn back out at 7 to pick Johnny back up. Got a few more things at the house I want to get done before I call it quits for the day. I'm back home now. There's a lot of rain out there to the southwest. It seems like on approach it's going north or dissipating, but I think overnight surely we'll get some of that. Will maintain itself through the area, but we'll see. Like, they've got rain down in Georgia. This is a pretty big swath of precipitation, so. But if it doesn't rain before Dawn gets back with Johnny from Taekwondo, that would be okay. I'm just gonna leave Ruby out for him. If she gets rained on a bit, she does. She's not clean enough to matter. Cheesecake is in the oven. Chicken is deboned and in the refrigerator. These parts came in the mail today. This is the handrail for the second floor, and this is the green bricks, and there's 2 baristas, a man and a woman, and a couple other minifigs. I'm just gonna put on the handrail. That's a few minutes piece of work. It's not much. And maybe put together the minifigs. Oh yeah. And here's the cheesecake. Looks like it came out perfect.